beginning, grinning dawn, egg begins to glistening.
Egg, 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 egg.
Deadly red, round rising sun makes the planet sweat.
Sweat, 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 sweat.
Little egg lets lookers look, listeners left listening. Deep beneath the stratosphere, oceans of air drown us in debt.
We're all at the bottom.
Stay the painful rays of day, egg now cracks just so.
Yes.
Little lines light inner dark, drawing maps and plans. Spider webbing invitations, egg begins to show. Telling those who care to know, the future is at hand. Now the night needs no new neighbor, egg renews anew. Telling, taking, touching, shell expands and has no shape. Swelling, shaking, stretching, in and out, and into you. Sun is gone, birth is done, egg begins to break.
Little egg, listeners, let listening. Deep beneath the stratosphere, oceans of air drowned and dead. Stay the faithful rays of day, egg now cracks just so. Little lines like inner arms, drawing maps and plans. Spider webbing invitations, egg begins to show. Telling those who care to know the future is at hand. Now the night needs no new neighbor, egg renews anew. Telling, taking, touching, shell expands and has no shade. Swelling, shaking, stretching in and out and into you. Sun is gone, birth is done, egg begins to break. Sun is gone, birth is done, egg begins to break. Sun is gone, birth is done, egg begins to break. The egg can't tell you what it is that you don't want to say. The egg will say the way the egg will break at end of day.
I don't like the egg. Here I am. Sometimes I don't know. Please make the egg go away. Sometimes. Where? I don't know how to I don't want the egg. Here I am. Sometimes I'm afraid to know. Here I am. Sometimes I'm afraid to know. Please don't make me look at the egg. Here I am. Oceans of air. Where am I? Sometimes
drawing maps and plans.
Who am I?
Spider webbing invitations, egg begins to
Where
show.
am I?
Telling those who care to know the future is at hand. Now the night needs no new neighbor, every news and new. Telling, taking, touching, shell expands and has no shame. Swelling, shaking, stretching in and out and into you. Sun is gone, birth is done, it begins to break.
Sometimes I'm afraid that I don't know enough to be afraid of knowing.
It can tell you what it is that you don't want to say. The egg will say the way the egg will break at end of day. The egg can tell you what it is that you don't want to say. The egg will say the way the egg will break at end